Hey guys, it's Jess from Sacred Fox. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be what qualities are attractive in you? What do others see in you? What kind of physical, emotional, mental qualities do you possess that essentially attract positive energy towards you, kind of so that you can gear towards feeling more like you know what you want to manifest in your life? And what kind of energy you're currently attracting. So what attracts people to you? And what do other people find attractive? So we're just going to dive into that and see how everything unfolds. As you can see, we have 5 card piles here. You're welcome to choose any of those piles. We'll just kind of jump right in. You can fast forward to the timestamp provided below. If you need to take a moment, pause, reflect on the cards, and just kind of just take a moment, and when you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one, that's okay too. And yeah, I'll see you in your timestamp. Okay. Maybe we can do it like this. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading today. We're going to be taking a look at what kind of qualities are attractive in you, what kind of things do other people see in you, and what draws people into your space, and what type of energy do you embody that just kind of brings that all together and all in. So we're going to take a look here. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 9 of Cups. Interesting. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Discovery, Destiny, drop that there, Destiny, and we have the Mabon, Shining Hope and Future, and Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone, ancient ancestors stand beside you. So when I look at this, I can kind of tell you're a chill person. Just right off the 4 of Swords energy here, you're like, yeah, you kind of keep to yourself, you're relaxed, you're laid back, you know when it's time to kind of like take a few steps back from a project that you're doing, you know when it's time to put down the sword, and you kind of respect your own personal boundaries in that regard. I'm seeing that you're quite intuitive and kind of mentally driven, and you're able to really kind of tackle through a lot of mental problems, but also take the time for yourself to just have a break. A lot of people look at you and they're like, wow, like they can actually take time to rest even despite all of these things going on. I think that's fantastic. You have the ability to lay down your sword and know when you've had too much on your plate, which is a really great ability. Some people just keep going, and they don't realize how absolutely drained they are by the end of it. But in reality, you're able to really decipher this energy and be like, okay, yeah, you know what? I do need to lay down. I do need to take a break, and I need to rest. And that's something that you're not afraid to do. And a lot of people really look up to you for that. Just kind of that all or nothing, and then being able to just have the boundary with self-respect. We're able to just be like, okay, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to relax. I'm going to take some time because I know that I need to do that. I see that you're quite responsible, and you don't kind of like... you don't really go out and party a lot. You're kind of keep to yourself. You're a little bit more introverted of an energy, which also to me, the 4 of Swords speaks to that. However, this, I feel like you spend your energy where it needs to be spent. You recognize that you are able to create your own emotional fulfillment. You don't need to look for external means of celebration in order to know that you're happy. You're just content with being chill and relaxed. To me, that's just really what that 4 of Swords energy says to me. And in regards to this, it's just like, okay, yeah, I mean, you could go out and celebrate, and which maybe you do, but you don't do it very often. You're just like, you know what, I'm selective about how I celebrate. I'm just kind of more reserved. It's a really great energy about you. So you kind of just like keep to yourself, but you're also very like mysterious, and nobody really kind of knows what's going on with you, because you definitely do have that more like graceful, quiet, peaceful energy where you're just like, yeah, I can enjoy the simple things in life and I don't really need much to be happy. And yeah, in a lot of ways you are working also to kind of find what does give you fulfillment and give you happiness, as I do see that there is a pursuit for understanding what true happiness really means to you. So I think that it's great that you're able to just do this. Like if this is happiness for you, just resting, relaxing, that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be anything else. And yeah, if that's content for your soul, that's content for your soul. We have the 2 of Pentacles here as well. The 2 of Pentacles to me is like like, I'm seeing that there's like always having to make decisions and always having to make choices. To me, it's just like you don't really like traveling. You don't really like going anywhere that's out of like your norm, out of your comfort zone. So you're real homebody, I feel, and you're really okay with that. Their life does have a lot of choices and a lot of decisions to be made, but I feel like you're just like rather not. You'd rather just know what you know and feel comfortable in that. And in that aspect, that's like a really homey feeling. Like some people just don't want to venture far away. Some people don't want to have to make new decisions and new choices. You're quite content with where you're at, and just feeling that restful, sort of relaxing type of energy is okay for you. You don't have to go far to enjoy the relaxing qualities of life. And to be able to just kind of like take a break, which is great because some people feel like they can't get rid of their stress until they go on some like exotic travel destination. Whereas like I feel like you can find that at home. Which is a very attractive quality because I feel like you don't really need much in order to be happy. And that's a really fantastic thing to embody because I feel like so often people are under the impression that happiness entails a very specific set of things. But I'm seeing that you're just kind of like, yeah, okay, like I'm okay with what I have. I'm willing to make the best of what I have. I don't have to be extremely extra about everything. And I just want to relax. I just want to rest. And that's like the core of what you value in your life. And I feel like in a lot of ways, sorry, I'm kind of out of frame here. That's what others really see in you too, which is kind of comforting, homey, sort of, I'm okay, I don't need too much, and like all of that aspect of personality that lays into things, which, yeah, I think is a nice personality trait. Discovery. So to me, the discovery card is root chakra because it's red. This is a root chakra card from my chakra oracle cards. And essentially, root means groundedness. To me, you're grounded, you're rooted, you know where you are, you're confident where you are, and you're okay with that. You are willing to venture out and discover new things within your vicinity, which is great. You are open to kind of like small changes, but it doesn't need to have like be big changes. But you're curious, like you like discovering new things, but you don't have to venture too far to do it. As I'm saying, like I'm seeing that this isn't necessarily like an energy that doesn't do things. I'm seeing that you do things within the parameters of your own comfort, and you do like to explore and discover new things, but you don't feel like you need a lot in order to feel happy and feel that sense of fulfillment, which is a beautiful trait. It's very humble. It's very grounding. And destiny, like you're kind of really self-aware, and you really know a lot about yourself and about what life has in store for you in a sense, and you're okay with like what the cards that you've been dealt. To me, destiny is opening a door to potential, and I'm seeing that, yeah, you do see a lot of potential in the world, but you, like, again, it's just that feeling of just not having to go too far to find where your happiness lies. And you don't need to do like these crazy things or just go out in the world and feel like you need to discover yourself in a million different ways before you find out where you belong and what your destiny is. Just sipping some tea there. So that's a really like attributable trait. And I think that's a really wonderful trait because it's like, yeah, this contentment and this safety, and people look to you and be like, wow, gee, I wish I could be that content with, such like chill kind of attitude. And just because like, it's interesting, we have the discovery card, which is root chakra. We also have the keepers of the earth, which is interesting because earth is very root. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So it's just like you're confident, you know what you want, you feel like the decisions that you make are well-founded, and yeah, you don't feel like you have to dwell very long on making choices and making decisions. And for that, it's just like you don't want to put the energy into having to like choose and having to be like, okay, like let's weigh the pros and cons of this vacation. How much is this going to cost? And like stress out about these little things. You're just like in the moment, and you're like, yeah, okay, like I'm here, I'm present, I'm interacting with the world, and it's creating a really, really good place for me to be in. And it's a very great place to be, and I really highly encourage you to continue to be in that space because it does, yeah, you're rooted, you're grounded, and it's fabulous. And this card here is the Mabon, shining hope and future. Now I feel like she's kind of like reveling in her luxury. She's got a beautiful sparkly little headdress on, and she looks to the future with abundance and with feeling like she's plentiful and feeling like, there is hope in your life because you don't expect huge things. You expect what makes you happy, and you don't have to really strive for that. And I feel like because of this, you feel less anxious about the future than others around you because you're able to be like, yeah, okay. I have what I need, and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling happy, and I'm able to shine that light on others to show them that there isn't much to being happy. That's really what I'm getting for this reading, and I think that it's a really beautiful set of cards here. It's a really great trait. So this grounded rootedness and this comfortability that I want you to continue to develop within yourself, as I see that it's having a positive impact in attracting others to you that share similar values to you. So I think that's really wonderful. So that is a very attractive quality, and just that grounded, rooted, fabulous energy. Well, thanks for watching. This is kind of a little bit of a quicker reading today, so I hope you enjoyed. Please give me a thumbs up if you resonated with the reading. I would love to hear your comments and feedback if anything really stood out to you. Yeah, I'll see you next time, and good luck with everything, my darlings. We're going to move on to pile number 2 now, so we're just going to move that back there. Pile number 2, howdy doody. Today we're going to be taking a peek at what your most attractive qualities are. This can be physical, this can be emotional, mental, some of the things that are resonating in your behavior. But we're going to take a look at that to just kind of allow you to kind of get a nice bird's eye view of what is your personality quirks that are working for you. It's nice to kind of be reminded of some of the better aspects of yourself and some of the more subtle things that maybe you forget to think about. So we're going to take a look. What makes you attractive to others, and what just makes you an attractive energy field in general? So let's take a look at pile number 2. 7 of Wands, sorry. 3 of Swords. The Emperor. Impasse. Wow, okay. Joy. She Who Laughs. Humor, perspective, and mirth. And Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So just looking at these few initial cards, you help people out of a lot of difficult situations. Your personality is towards allowing people to understand what they need to kind of defend, what kind of aspects and actions they need to take in order to defend themselves and defend their point of view, and be able to be strong in that and make decisions based on what is wise for them. I definitely 100% in all this, you help people get through hard times. Like, you're a beacon in the night. You're a strong, beautiful light. And I also see that, yeah, you sometimes have this third-party interjection. You add these third-party thoughts to conflict, which allows others to perceive you as wise. You're able to get your non-biased opinion and just kind of wedge it in a situation that might be a little bit conflicting or confusing, and you're able to bring light into it. Now I'm seeing that because you are reversed in the Emperor card, to me that says that you have values, but they're very loose, in a sense that you can see a lot of different perspectives from different people. So you're able to recognize what people with value look like, and you can also understand where values are kind of going wrong in others. So you're open-minded to this sense. You have a sense of structured values, but you're able to kind of be open-minded to things that are a little bit more difficult to wrap your head around. So what I'm kind of seeing with this Emperor card. And in this sense, this ability to kind of help others recognize what their personal values are and what's important to them, especially in relationships. This can be romantic relationship, or it can be friendship, family, whatever. It's mostly around conflict that you're just able to step in and be like, hey, here's my perspective, here's what I think, I'm going to help you get past this. Because when I see this impasse card, which is sacral chakra, the sacral chakra is all about how you interact with the world around you, and what you choose to do with that energy. So it can reflect creativity, how you can express yourself creatively. It can represent sensuality and sexuality as well, and how you really present yourself to the world in that aspect, because sensuality does have a lot to do with playfulness. It's this energy and this creativity that you awaken in others to see, yeah, there are some roadblocks here. There are some blocks here in this energy and how you're expressing it to others. And it's creating this block for you. So you allow people to see past the buddy standing in the way and see through to the actual root of the situation, which it ultimately doesn't only give you joy, it gives others joy. So it's interesting to me because when we have the sacral chakra here, and then we have the solar plexus chakra after, it's showing me that you're moving people into their personal power, and you're really able to embody this joy card and allow people to reconnect with the parts of themselves that they feel insecure with. You're able to really remove this roadblock for them and help them see that they're standing a lot in their own way, and sometimes like in the conflicts that they choose to like partake in, they're just not healthy and they're not going anywhere, and you're just kind of like, and they don't know what to stand up for, and they don't know what to believe in or what to choose. You step in the way of all of that like confusion, and you take your sword and you drive it right through the middle of this confusion, and you're like, yep, okay, so I can see that you're confused, so let's get you on the track of what your values are, and let's see what's going to move you forward so that you can get back to this place, and you can ascend to this place of joy and happiness, which is great. Like, I feel like this is a very fulfilling thing for you. It's very attractive for other people as well, because they see that you can they can help you get through hard times. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Whew. Whoa. Pardon me. Wow. Okay. So joy. Yeah. Just that real nice place of happiness, of stability, of joy, and being able to be okay with themselves and to understand that they can move past this place of feeling stuck. Move into that happy place. Got a little distracted there with my sneeze. Apologies. I've never sneezed in a reading before, but that's what I get for burning sage. We have also here Council of Light. So divine orchestrations, helpers in the subtle realms. So I feel like your knowledge of how to help people, it just comes naturally to you. I feel like it's something that you're just like, okay, yeah, this is common sense. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to say. I know how to interject. And you can see the values that other people need to improve on. I'm very happy to see that this is the case for you. For if you are a believer in, spirit realm, I'm feeling like there are subtle, guides and angels that are watching over you and, allowing you to have access to this information by, bringing you into your highest self, whether that be spiritual or literally just like the better part of your brain, whatever you want to call it. You bring a really great perspective. And again, it's like more natural to you. She who laughs. So you're not only able to help people get past their issues, you're able to bring the joy back into their life as well. So humor, perspective, and mirth is this perspective and just being like, yeah, this is shit. Like, this is where it's at. This is what's going on. But you're able to do it with a bit of sass, with a bit of funniness. And I love it. And people really look up to you for your sense of humor around things and for your kind of more light energy amidst a lot of the darkness and a lot of the things that they're facing in their life. I honestly think that this is a really fantastic card to embody, as laughter is a really great gift, and it can really take people out of dark places and move them into a place that they can have their personal power. And laughter, there's just so much about laughter that's in the tummy, and there's so much about laughter that is moving. It just moves the energy, like from the sacral to the solar plexus chakra, to just like allow you to move forward past a difficult situation through literally a physical expression of joy. So humor is just that energy mover. It's like, ha, ha, ha. It like forces you to breathe differently. It makes your body really engaged. It increases, a lot of the good chemicals in your brain. And, you can offer the perspective, but you can do it in a way that is very healing for the other person as well. That's literally what I'm kind of getting from pile number 2. I love this energy. It's fabulous. It's what I only can begin to hope to embody. So I'm really commending you on this ability. Hang on, I have my mic and it's kind of just like being an asshole. Okay, I hope it's not like rubbing on anything. I'm always so paranoid about this bloody thing. How does it? Okay, that's good. But yeah, so that's kind of all I've got for pile number 2. If you enjoyed, I would love to hear your comments in the description. I love you guys. Like, you're incredible. Like, I love you guys so much. Like, oh my God, thank you for helping me get through this hard time, because you're helping me get through this hard time. Subscribe if you want to live your best life. And yeah, like if you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Good luck flaunting these fabulous qualities, and I will see you soon. Oh my gosh, this is going to upset me if I was going to put it up, but I can't because that wouldn't make sense. And put it here. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What qualities are attractive about you? This can be physical qualities, this can be mental, emotional, all kinds of different things in here. So we're going to take a jump in and see what's going on with your personality and why it's so freaking fabulous. Gotta have my tea, you know. Got to whet my whistle. Number 3, sorry. So we have pile number 3. What makes you attractive? What kind of qualities do you really embody? And what kind of things just make you a super freaking badass? 10 of Pentacles. I like. 9 of Swords. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Gratitude. I thought so. Workaholic. Planning, patience, and cooperation. And protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Excuse me. So you're a hard worker and you kind of like kick some serious ass. You do struggle with some mental health stuff, as I'm seeing that maybe you have a hard time sleeping. Your mind is really busy all the time. You're like, how am I going to achieve this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to move this over a little bit? How am I going to achieve the greatest degree of success for myself? Because the 10 of Pentacles to me is like, wow, you've worked your ass off and you've got your place, like you've got yourself to this place of stability. Like there's financial stability, security, and even a little bit left over. So you're able to really balance those financial aspects of yourself and create a life that's fulfilling and abundant, especially because, you know why? You're a little bit of a workaholic, but that's okay. We love you still. The 10 of Pentacles is kind of like the end game, sort of, where so many people strive to be. And just because of your hard work, your dedication, and a little bit of this restless energy as well as I'm feeling, has gotten you there. And that is a really amazing attributable thing to you. And what a lot of people look up to, especially because I feel like you do deal with anxiety. You do deal with a lot of mental stress that does keep you up at night. It's just like, okay, I can't really sleep. I'm a little restless. Like there's a lot of pressure that's put on you all the time. And yet you're able to still continue to push forward in a way where you actually feel happy with what you're doing. Despite like all of this stuff, I'm seeing that you still hold a lot of gratitude in your life for how far you have come. It's just like this workaholic tendency to just keep going. It's like go, 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 put on more, which is great. It's a really excellent quality to have. Just make sure that you are not giving away too much of your mental energy to things that you aren't happy with or satisfied with. I feel like you'd lose a lot less sleep if you choose to invest in the things that give you the most fulfillment. So you can kind of see that outcome, that productivity that's going to give you that sense of, I got this. This is good. And this workaholic attitude, fabulous. And the workaholic is just like a real thinker. It's a planner. It's a doer. So this doesn't necessarily mean like work in itself. It's like busy mind. It's like ideas. It's like understanding, intellect, problem solving, pushing forward each and every day. And I think that that's fantastic. It embodies the throat chakra as well. And the throat chakra has to do with communication and expressing your truth. So a lot of this is very outwardly expressed as well. You're able to maybe connect with other people and really express that like sense of intuition that you have about things, which I feel like that's kind of what causes a bit of the anxiety, because you can kind of see some of like the problems and the issues before they present themselves, but you still have a really great sense of gratitude for life and what you do, what you can offer others, as well as other people really look to you and feel extremely grateful for you and your level of being able to drive them and drive yourself through different difficult situations that kind of may cause a lot of that mental taxing and a lot of that stress. What I see as well is the Wheel of Fortune. So to me, the Wheel of Fortune represents cycles. So like you kind of recognize that life has its different cycles. Sometimes you're a little bit more resistant to change because of this, just because sometimes it's just hard to kind of roll with the punches, because you're like you do get worried about how things will end up and where things will be, which makes you such a hard worker, because you're like, okay, like I have to see into the future so that I can kind of plan, which is great and fantastic. Just make sure that you are aware that life does have its different cycles. It will have its ups and downs. So please try not to invest too much on these worrying thoughts, as things will unfold as they should be, but just trust that you have the motivation and that work ethic and that gratitude in what you do and what you offer the world, and that security. in order to kind of just allow life to unfold in those cycles. But even so, just because this is a little bit of a challenge for you, you still bring in so much of that incredible energy, and you bring in so much of that wisdom that really allows people to step forward and out of their comfort zone and put in a little bit of extra work in life, and just look up to you and be like, damn, like hardworking, mental stress, look at this person, they're still pushing through, why can't I do that? It's really this role model sort of perspective, and I'm feeling that's especially so in terms of like life, with family or with career, anything to do with like practical matters and finance, as the Ten of Pentacles to me really does speak of that established sense of feeling secure. So it's beautiful. And yeah, so that protection, it's just like this like you can protect because you have these stable elements about yourself. People look to you and they're like, wow, this person, you know, they can still keep going, and they can, like, you're a real leader. Like, people can really like count on you for being able to even just like make these tough decisions. Like they have faith in you more than you have faith in yourself. And this is a beautiful trait to have. Like, you want to feel like you can help others through your personal power, and your ability to protect people is incredible. And people really appreciate that aspect in you. As much as you deal with these tough situations, they are still very grateful for you, and you're hardworking, and that's fabulous. And I think the interesting thing is the Faery Norn is what you got for the Fairy deck, and that's planning, patience, and cooperation. So you're willing to work with others. And to me, I see a lot of purple. There's like a lot of purple in this deck, this spread. And yeah, you have that planning ability. You have that cooperation ability, that understanding what you need to do in order to kind of get to this place of feeling successful and feeling well-founded, and you can help guide others in that direction as well. So that's a beautiful trait. It's just getting that rooted, grounded, practical, more like, okay, like this is what we need to do mentally, and what we need to do, what the hell is it called? Mentally and practically. Yeah, I think I got both of them. Yeah, so that's like, yeah, that's really what's laid out here for you in the spread. That's all I'm getting for pile number 3. So I hope it resonated with you. If it did, I'd love to hear your comments in the description. Give me a like or dislike, just be honest. And yeah, subscribe if you'd like more. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for your beautiful contributions to my channel, and for getting me through this tough time. Honestly, like I genuinely appreciate it. It really gives me motivation. Right. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your pick a card reading. Today we're going to be talking about what are your most attractive attributes, personality traits or physical traits or emotional traits. We're going to take a look at that so that you can kind of really embrace your super badass self, because everybody's got something good about them, and you're about to find out what that goodness is. And I'm going to have a sip of tea before we start because I'm going to be super annoying. And now we begin. Pile number 4, welcome. Alrighty. Whoo! The Lovers. Page of Cups. 7 of Swords. Woohoo! Perception. Renewal. Prophecy, guidance, and direction. And Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Okay. You are a passionate individual that cuts straight through the bullshit. That's kind of, and you're so passionate, and I love it. Like, you give love so freely. When you give love, whether it's romantic, friendship, family, it doesn't have to be completely romantic. You give it with all your heart. You are a beautiful, passionate individual that is not afraid to express themselves. And even if it makes you seem like you're not all put together all the time, you don't care, because you want to express yourself. To me, the Page of Cups says that sometimes you can get so passionate about things, there can be like this, like almost like kid-like emotional response in you at times, but just know that it's because you've kept your heart as sweet and as beautiful and as innocent as like a child's. Like, there's this childlike personality to you that embodies so much passion and fun in others, that I just see that they look at you and they're like, wow, look at this individual that has this much passion and this much fun and level of expression. Because when you think of children, when you think of people that haven't had their heart broken before, they don't understand what it means to be, open, and they don't understand that their openness is actually a really amazing thing, because over time I feel like people close their hearts to passion and to love and to connection. But I see that you are a very beautiful and expressive individual, and you're not afraid to say what's on your mind. And this is a great attribute, and this is a great trait. You really show a lot of love to a lot of people. And for those people that try to, deceive you and take advantage of you, which I feel like, it's a blessing and a curse. Recognize that there are people that don't have good intentions, but you're starting to recognize that there are people out there that are wanting to take this away from you and take this away from people. And you're hell-bent on cutting through the bullshit and like being like, okay, yeah, there's deceptive people out there, but you are so giving and you are so loving and you are so expressive that I feel like this kind of more like childlike aspect is beautiful, but you still want to develop it enough so that you can kind of see the deception in people's intentions. But you have such an innocent view on people, and you just want to see the best in people. Sometimes you kind of miss the boat on this. But just know that this ability to love and be open is not your weakness. Do not beat yourself down because you have an open heart, or because you've fallen for somebody that's not truthful and you miss the signs because you're so open. This is an amazing, beautiful, incredible quality that I want you to recognize as a strength. To love this deeply is also, to connect that deeply. And just know that for those people that you're uncertain of, those people that you feel are worried that, that will kind of like take from you or be deceptive or lie to you, just know that you can only go so deep with these people. You want to go soul deep with people. You want to understand everything about them. If they're not willing to let you in, that's a clear sign there's something going on here. Or it's not a compatibility. It could just be a compatibility issue. Somebody that doesn't want to lay all their swords down and be like, yeah, this is who I am. This is what I'm willing to express to you. Because you need somebody that's expressive. You need somebody that's loving. You need somebody that's caring. I don't know why I feel like this kind of turned into kind of like a half relationship reading. But this is what you embody. You embody beautiful, beautiful, loving energy. So we'll get back to those attributes here. You have this beautiful perception of the world where you operate from the heart. And to me, it's amazing because the green and the red, they're both kind of heart chakra-y kind of colors. This one is more rooted, grounded, though. This is more root chakra. But however, the green, beautiful, vibrant energy of the heart is with you, and your perception of the world is beautiful. It's poetic. It's kind of Romeo and Juliet. Maybe you might be a little bit of a hopeless romantic. But that's what you love. That's what you strive for. And that's what fuels you, honestly. So just keep having faith in that beautiful perception that you have on the world, because we need that. World can be ugly sometimes. We need that beautiful, shining, warm-hearted, passionate light to come in and be like, hey, the world does still have really beautiful things about it. And because of this, you give people the sense of renewal, a renewed perception to me on the perspective of their life in the world. As much as people sometimes don't want to look at the roots of things, you're able to look at the roots of things and really be able to establish, what do you really need to do for yourself in order to be happy? And I feel like you understand the core values of what people need, and you embody the love because you hold so much emotion and love within your heart. You can understand the needs of others, and you can understand what others need to do in order to ground themselves. Honestly, you can do this for others a lot easier than you can do for yourself. But that's your gift. It's your perception of beauty and offering new perspectives and new foundation for other people to grab hold of and move through, rather than working with their maybe unstable foundation that they have. You give them the sense of newness, this new sense of perception, essentially. Essentially, that's kind of what it is. I hope I'm not rambling with that, because I just wanted to really get that in there. And Anna, grandmother of Jesus, to me, it's like you're a grandma, but not literally. You are the one that everybody looks to that just holds their heart so open. If you think of like a stereotypical grandma in a movie, come on, honey, have some cookies, have some milk. Do you need food? Do you need anything? Just this really nurturing and loving and unconditional energy of care. And it's incredible. It's such a warm energy. It's such like a nurturing energy that people are just like, they look to you like how somebody would view like a really sweet old woman, but not calling you old. Okay, don't freak out. All right, calm down. We're not old. All right, but you just embody that energy. And it's a really nice energy to have. And when you do eventually get older, you're going to be cute. Okay, you're going to be adorable. Okay, I'm not saying you're old. Okay, we're on the same page here? Great. And finally, we have the prophecy, guidance, and direction. So you give those subtle pieces of like a push, like a grandma would, like a gentle being like, hey, like, maybe you should try this. But you say it and you speak it with love, with passion. You speak from the heart, and people really look to you and understand that you are speaking through the heart. And you are wanting to kind of give that sense of renewal and guidance to those that may feel a little bit lost. But your heart is ultimately your greatest and most beautiful attribute. And fuck those people, excuse my French, for deceiving you and for taking advantage of that, because nobody should ever take advantage of that beautiful, beautiful energy. That's what I'm getting for pile 4. I hope this makes sense to you. It was a pretty really like straightforward reading, and I think I hit all the points for you on the head. If you agree with your lovely, beautiful attributes, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your comments. Your comments are so amazing. It's so supportive, and they melt me. And subscribe if you'd like more. Thank you, pile number 4. Have a fabulous day. Last but not least, pile number 5. What's going on, guys? We are going to be taking a look at your most amazing attributes, qualities, mental, physical, emotional qualities, all of the above. And if anything comes up, I'll let you know. Pile number 5, here we go. Okay, we have 8 of Cups reversed, the Moon, the King of Cups, rejection, wisdom, foreshadowing, and don't dim to fit in. I feel like you have to deal with a lot of heavy energy a lot of time. A lot of, I don't know if you're working in mental health or working with people that have a hard time letting things go. But I'm seeing from your personal experience, you've been to places. You've been to really intense places. And you carry this energy of wisdom with you. Let me move this over there. And the reason why I say that is because we have the 8 of Cups here. So to me, it's just like you work with people that have a hard time letting go. And you're around people that have a hard time letting go of things. And maybe because of this, like you embody this quality too, where you hold on to a lot of experiences to give wisdom to others. And in a lot of ways, reliving and explaining these experiences can be kind of triggering and painful for you, but you feel like these experiences are necessary for growth and for allowing people to see kind of through their own veil of illusion and subconscious wants and needs. So with the Moon energy coming up, it's just like, yeah, you're dealing with a lot of things that are subtle, in the very subtle realms of things, and you do it in a way that's very discreet. Like you're very emotionally intelligent, but you provide wisdom in a way that doesn't really seem like you're giving advice, but you really are, because just by living the life that you're living, people are living by your example. And from the lessons and difficult things, I feel very much difficult things where you felt like a sense of being rejected, or a sense of feeling like you don't fit in or anything like that. But you also embody like such a wonderful and amazing energy. So this is what it really says to me, is like, don't dim to fit in. So it's just like, maybe you've been through this period in your life where you felt like you had to be this certain person and put on this certain mask in order to feel like you're a part of something. But in this, you've recognized that, I don't need to be this specific person in order to help others or to make others happy, or even to make myself happy. I feel like because of everything that you've been through and everything that you felt, you're emotionally established, and people look to you as like a beacon of wisdom when it comes to emotions. Like you're very warm-hearted, but at the same time, you're still very like, you're not like super easily approachable. I want to say, just because you like, people can feel like your experience and what you've been through, and it's made you really strong, and it's made you really tough. So there might be like this tougher outer shell, but within there is this incredible strength and this incredible resiliency that you hold within. and this intelligence, and just being able to kind of see through people and see through the illusions that people might be bringing to the table. To me, for some reason, this energy really speaks like Cancer, just because we have the King of Cups and the Moon. So just like Cancer or water signs, I'm feeling it's like this depth. Also Scorpio for some reason is like in my brain, but it's just this depth of being able to see behind the veil and be like, okay, like what is going on really? What are the emotions and the motivations and all of these things that are surrounding this particular situation or this particular person? And yeah, it's a really great thing to have, but it's because you've had trouble letting go in the past that you're able to really help others let go in the future. There was a lot of issue with that, a lot of like struggle of getting through with what do I need to let go of. I mean, you still might be holding on to some things, but because of this, despite what you're going through and despite what you're feeling, you give people that sense of acceptance, because you understand what it feels like to have that sense of rejection and that sense of just not feeling like you belong. And this wisdom card, it speaks from the heart. You care. You have a lot of wisdom to give and a lot of sense of understanding. If people come to you and they want to understand why things are a certain way they are in their own brains or their own emotional life, you're able to give perspective on that, because you're like, yeah, okay, I've had different experiences in my life that has built me up and that has given me the strength to understand. And this has been a really wonderful thing for you, because it's given you the wisdom that you need to help others, which attracts others to you naturally, because yeah, you're wise, you're strong, you're smart, you're put together, you know, in the most part, for the most part. And it's an amazing attribute. I love it. I always say that about every attribute though, but I just love so many different facets of people that I love this too. So I can't really pick. Queen of Darkwood Elves, so premonition, foreshadowing, and mystery. So again, that's like peeking and seeing through the veil. You may come across as a little bit mysterious. You may come across as a little bit like march to the beat of your own drum, and kind of keep to yourself maybe a little bit. But you have a big heart and you really care and you're really smart and you have this, and especially this emotional intelligence that a lot of people lack. And you believe that everybody should express themselves with who they are, and they shouldn't have to cover up and they shouldn't have to hide. And you don't want people to ever feel rejected. You don't want people to feel confused or wrong for what they're doing. You have this sense of just like including everybody, and you have this sense of just being able to see, you know, where people are moving in terms of their mental health, their ways of thinking, and everything in that nature. And you want them to embrace who they are. You want them to embrace their own light, and you want that for yourself as well. So this is an amazing attribute that you have, and I'm really happy to hear that this is the gift that you have to offer the world. So for that, I thank you greatly. Quick readings today, but this was pile number 5. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment in the description. I'm always really happy to hear from you guys. You're wonderful, supportive, fantastic, fantabulous human beings. So I thank thee. Unless you're a robot, then you're a fantastic robot. And subscribe if you'd like more. Good luck with everything. Stay safe, everybody. And I will talk to you soon. Later.